Moscow's ties with its Cold War rival Washington have been particularly strained in the last 6 months since the war in Ukraine began. On the back of this downturn in ties came a new challenge to the already tenuous nuclear cooperation between the two nations. An announcement made earlier this month, Moscow said it has suspended U.S. on-site inspections of Russian weapon sites. The inspections are an obligation under a 2010 Strategic Arms Reduction Treaty between the United States and Russia. Commonly known as New START Treaty, it is the last remaining bilateral agreement restricting the nuclear arsenals of Washington and Moscow. However, in a latest comment made to the Newsweek media outlet, Russian embassy in the United States say the two nations are working closely to remove technical and organizational obstacles to resume inspections under the treaty. The embassy added that some issues have been resolved, but by no means all of them. The New START Treaty came into force in 2011. It is the latest version of the original START Treaty signed by the United States and erstwhile Soviet Union in 1991. Under the treaty, the parties had 7 years to meet the treaty's central limits on strategic offensive arms and are then obligated to maintain those limits for as long as the treaty remains in force. Critical to this arrangement has been the allowance of mutual inspections to ensure compliance. However, inspections have been on pause since 2020 as a result of the pandemic. The Biden administration has recently pushed for renewing the practice which Russian embassy in the United States reportedly described as perplexing given the recent strain in bilateral ties. The embassy says it remains a problem in resuming the inspections, stem from the anti-Russian restrictive measures and sanctions of Russian officials imposed by the United States, which directly obstructs Russian inspectors from entering the United States. Biden's government has disputed this narrative, saying that U.S. sanctions and restrictive measures are consistent with the New START Treaty, adding that the restrictions do not prevent Russian inspectors from conducting inspections in the United States. Both the U.S. and Russia met the central limits of the New START Treaty by February 2018 and have stayed at or below them ever since. The treaty was extended for 5 years in 2021 and is now expected to remain in force till 2026. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.